Hello, thanks for watching the video. So I've got a Toyota Camry. This is the V6, and the person that drives the car, a family member, said that the AC stopped working about 3 weeks ago, month ago. So we're going to try to add some refrigerant and see if that'll help. What we're going to be using here is the R134A refrigerant. Got this at Home Depot. I used this in another car, but there still is some in there. Maybe you can hear that. Maybe not. It seems to be about probably a third, maybe half to a third filled. We have a hose here that is exclusively for, if it says on here, but this is for the 134, so it's got a green, blue, yellow, and red area. We want to keep it in the blue area. We don't want to go into the yellow, or we don't want to go into the red, which would be danger. Yellow would be alert. Blue is full, and green is low. All right, so looking for the low line on the AC system, and I found it way deep down there. All right, so we'll take that little knob off, cap. Let's put that somewhere we don't lose it. So I don't think I'm going to be able to put my can on with the hose, so I think I'm going to have to put my hose on first. It's looking like, because that's pretty hard to get to. I can tell it's L because it's smaller. Here is the high line, and you can also see an L on the cap. And I do have another can. This is a full can. Got that at Home Depot as well. I think it was like $13, something around there. So this hose has a quick connect going over that that low nozzle. Let me just quickly note, what I'll be doing is pulling this up, pushing it on, and releasing it once I feel that it's in place. Pulling on it snugly to make sure that it's in place, and then we will proceed from there. Okay, so it wasn't that bad. We are on, and then we can see the gauge. I just need to put my can on. Let's do that. Okay, now we have the car started. Let's turn the AC on. You see the green light there? Fan is going full speed. I'll let the fan run for a while, then I'm going to check the temperature. In the meantime, let's go see if green light is on, AC is on. So let's go see if the compressor is coming on. All right, compressor clutch is not turning. Right there. So I don't know how good you can see that, but the clutch is not turning, so we're not going to be able to get any AC that way. That's a sign that it could be low in refrigerant. All right, let's check the temperature now on the fan. Like 75.9 or 76. 76. Okay, so right around 70, 75, 76. Okay, let's start adding our refrigerant. Just shaking it here a little more. All right, so yeah, we got the compressor on now. You can see the clutch spinning right there. Right. Where's my finger at? Right there. Okay, so I thought I was filming, but I wasn't. Just emptied this can of refrigerant into the system, so we're going to check now and see if it's cooler. If it's not, I'm going to add the new can as well. So let's check it out. Okay, yeah, I don't feel any difference really. Okay, second can, we have this all the way up. Just gonna screw it in place. All right, screwed in place, pretty tight. So once it's on the car, once we have this on the low line, I'll start the car and I'll start tightening this down. We want to watch and see where it's at. We don't want it to get in the yellow or the red. But once we get it in the blue, which is full, then I'll just leave it open and continue to watch it, and I'm going to feel inside at the vents to see if they're getting colder. Okay, got it back on the low line. Now we have not pierced the can here. We still have this up, and as you can see, it's in the yellow. So that should drop once we tighten this down and let the refrigerant start going into the line. Let's go ahead and start the car back up. All right, so I'm going to tighten this down, and we'll be piercing the, okay, now it is, yeah, with the car crank, it is in the low. So once I tighten this down, the needle should move. Kind of shake it a little bit more. All right, here we go. All right, I pierced it. There's all right, now it's in the blue. We're going to leave it right there. Can is getting colder. Clutch is on now, compressor's working. Make sure that it doesn't go into the yellow. Let's go fill the vents. Probably best to keep the doors closed. We want this in recirculation, which is what I believe it is. I can actually feel those vents getting cooler now. Little bit. We're gonna check it a little bit. We're gonna let more of the refrigerant in, probably that whole can. But we don't want too much, or it will not work either. Okay, where we at? Still in the blue. Okay. Just kind of helping it, my hand. Oh yeah, it's cold. Yeah, it's definitely colder. I want to make sure it doesn't jump into the yellow, but I'm pretty happy with what it is, with what the temperature is right now. We're going to check that in just a second. So I guess we'll go ahead and empty that whole can. With that needle, it's still in good position, and it is high blue. High blue. We're going to go ahead and turn this off. High blue, see that? Turn the car off for this. And we've got cold air. Let's get this line off the low. All right, now let's put our cap back on right here. Sorry it's taking forever. Okay, we're going to restart the car and we're going to check the temperature of it. I think I went through that whole can. What were we at? 75, 76 before? We're like at 59, 58. It's actually going to be getting colder since I just started it. Alright, I'm going to pause it for a second and I'll get right back and check it again. Okay, so I've gotten down to about 54. I mean, that's cold enough for anybody I know. So let's see if it'll go to 52. Okay, I don't think it's going to go to 52. Anyway, that's cold. How much do we end up putting in? We ended up putting in probably a can and a third, I would say. So that's what it took for this this car. This car went about a month without coolant, or without refrigerant, I'm sorry. So that's how much it needed to get it cold again. Recapping, I put in like a third to a half a can. It didn't get it cold. Put that new on there, the new can on there, went through the whole can, and now we're getting cold air again. The green light was always on, even though we didn't have the clutch turning on or the compressor working, because it was low in refrigerant. Anyway, 2002 Camry, cold air again. Thanks for watching the video. Hope it's been helpful. Till next time, have a nice day. Take care.